The Sacramento Kings. This team has been very slept on throughout the entire offseason. When talking about the playoffs, the Sacramento Kings are a team that never comes up. But I believe this team will surprise a lot of people next year. I believe the team isn't getting a lot of hype because they didn't make any splash moves this offseason. But they made a lot of smart moves signing key veterans to help them along the way this season in Trevor Ariza, Cory Joseph, and Dewayne Dedmon. But before we can talk about them, let's talk about the core they already have established. Their lead guy going into next year is De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox was the 5th overall pick in the 2017 NBA draft and is a point guard that everyone expected to be special. In his rookie season, he showed great flashes of his crazy athleticism and his playmaking abilities. But last offseason, he completely changed his shot and took a giant leap this past year. He averaged 17 points, just under 4 rebounds, and 7 assists. But those aren't even the biggest improvement to his game, as he also jumped from 30% shooting from 3 to 37% this past season. De'Aaron Fox is someone who I expect to be very special. His amazing athleticism, paired with his playmaking abilities, and his new and informed shot is a deadly combination, and he will be a scary player to go against for many years to come. Harrison Barnes is the next person I wanted to talk about. He made a shocking decision this offseason, declining his $25 million player option, and people were confused by this move. But the Kings went ahead and re-signed him to a 4-year, $88 million extension, and the initial thought on that was that it was just a dumb move by the Kings. Many think Harrison Barnes is not a player who is worth that contract, but I for one believe he is. When he first initially signed with the Mavs, his scoring went up, but his efficiencies dipped down. That's because I don't believe Harrison Barnes is a number one option type of player. Harrison Barnes was great in the role that he had with the Warriors, being an amazing 3-and-D player with great athleticism. And that's what I fully expect him to be for the Kings. Last year on the Kings, his scoring did decrease, but his efficiencies went up. After being traded from the Mavs, his 3-point percentage went up from 38.9% to 40.8%, and his 2-point percentage went up from 41.6% to 48.9%. As you can see, Harrison Barnes is not the type of guy you want to be taking a lot of dribbles, as he is a guy who is great off the catch. Last year on catch-and-shoot shots, Harrison Barnes shot 40.3% from 3, and he's a guy who loves a fast-paced offense. As also last year, when the shot clock was between 15 to 18 seconds, he shot a blistering 48.8% from 3. And he should continue to find this type of success in Sacramento, as they had the 3rd best pace last season. His 6'8" frame gives him that ability to swing out to the 4 position, where the Kings can create mismatch problems. And for just $22 million a year, compared to what Tobias Harris gives you at $35 million a year, it just seems like a bargain to me. Buddy Hield is a player who really came on last season, having by far his best season in his young NBA career. He posted 20.7 points per game while shooting 43% from 3, which was better than guys such as Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson. He is someone who has taken massive strides since his rookie season, and someone who I believe will continue to improve his game. With the contract extension coming up soon, I expect Buddy to give it his all until then and show why he is worth a big contract. The last player in the core that I'm going to discuss is Marvin Bagley. Bagley was the 2nd pick in the 2018 NBA draft and had a good rookie season, averaging 14.9 points, 7.6 rebounds, and shooting 50.4% from the field. Though he had what looks to be a great rookie season, there were some problems concerning him. He had injury issues and played inconsistent minutes. People were confused as to why Dave Joerger was having him come off the bench, but Bagley brings a great paint presence and amazing versatility. There's so much the Kings can do with him. You can have him start at the 4 or move him to the 5. They can have him come off the bench and feast on backup bigs, or you can have him rim running in your starting lineup. The possibilities are endless for Bagley, but if there's one thing I do know, it's that he will have a great second year. But with a team this young, there are questions with how they'll be able to handle pressure throughout the season. And that's why the Kings opted to go out and bring in veterans to surround this core. Dewayne Dedmon is a Swiss Army knife at the center position. He can rebound, defend, and knock down a 3-point shot for you. Trevor Ariza is still a great 3-and-D guy for you, even at the age of 35. And though he didn't have particularly a great season last year, you can kind of attribute that to the fact that he played on tanking teams. He still has plenty left to provide for you. Corey Joseph should be a great backup point guard for you, and is someone that has high basketball IQ. But there is another thing that these veterans can give you, and that's championship experience. Corey Joseph was on the 2014 Spurs team who won a championship, and Trevor Ariza was on the 2009 Lakers squad. And championship experience is one thing that you can say these vets can teach that young core. I didn't even get to mention the rest of the guys they have on this team. Bogdan Bogdanovic is their sharp-shooting six-man, and Bjelica is a great stretch forward. Harry Giles is a guy you hope can replicate the success he had last season when he was healthy. And Rashawn Holmes is an athletic, rim-running big who can give you a spark off the bench. And with all of that, you have a great and deep team that you hope can compete now and in the future. And if everything goes right, and if Luke Walton can put all the pieces together, don't be surprised to see this team take off. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and sub and share with your friends, but with that being said, it's So Sports and I'm out. Peace.